Hey guys, welcome back to the lineup show. I appreciate you being here. It is NFL playoff time now, and I am super excited for it. We have got games on Saturday, 2 games, and we have got a game Monday night. We've got games on Sunday, and I'm going to go over these as kind of a complete thing. I might do some separate, like do Saturday games separate and then a Sunday game separate, or I might play one of all of them as well, the Saturday through Monday, and that's kind of how I'm going to go over this. But I think I'm probably not going to do another video until the Monday Night Football game. Anyways, we'll go over this. I'll tell you the quarterbacks and the players that I like the most, kind of for the whole shebang, and then from there that gives you an idea, I guess, of who I like the most for all of these games and any slate really. So starting off, we got Josh Allen. I don't really love the matchup here. I don't hate it. So Jacksonville 16th against the quarterback. They're 21st in pass yards allowed per game on average. I don't believe that these two teams played during the regular season. Yeah, I don't see that. Which makes sense. So, yeah, I think it's okay. I don't love it for some reason. I think Jacksonville's defense has been pretty strong this year, to be honest with you. We got Matthew Stafford playing the Panthers. They're 7th against the quarterback, 15th in pass yards allowed per game. And let's see, I'm looking because these two teams did play in week 13. He got 14.6 fantasy points that week. So he didn't do super great that week either. I don't think he's going to be a guy that I play, at least for this first round of playoffs. Not saying he won't win, but I don't expect him to be the highest scoring quarterback by any stretch. Drake May, man, he's been playing outstanding football, but he's got a really tough matchup against the Chargers. They're 2nd against the quarterback, 5th in pass yards allowed per game. I don't like this at all. I really don't. Yeah. Just kind of looking over his stuff. I just don't love this, guys. I don't think it's a great matchup for him. We'll see what happens. I would suspect he would still get some points because he's just that good, but I don't think it's going to be one of the higher scoring. I do like Jalen Hurts' matchup pretty good against the 49ers, but it's the 49ers. They are a tough football team. They have a great coach. I think it's going to be a tough game. And I'm not sure I'm not sure that the Eagles are the same team that we're used to seeing either. Yeah, he's averaging 19.5 fantasy points a game. 49ers are 19th against the quarterback, 25th in pass yards allowed per game, though. So it's a solid matchup. I don't think I want to pay that high for him when there's cheaper options I like better. Trevor Lawrence, I don't dig here in this spot either. The Bills are 5th against the quarterback. They're 1st against the pass. I just think that's a tough spot for him. Although, again, 21 points on average a game, I do expect him to get some points. Same thing with Brock Purdy. I don't like this matchup at all. The Eagles are 10th against the quarterback, 8th in pass yards allowed per game on average, and I just don't love that either. But he's averaging 21.7 fantasy points a game. He should still get points. Yeah. Justin Herbert, same thing, not a great matchup. New England's 12th against the quarterback. They're 9th in pass yards allowed. And I just don't love that. I do like Caleb Williams quite a bit, and I don't like his matchup as much as the next two. I just like how he's been playing football and against Green Bay, who is now without Micah Parsons. I think that's really going to help him. So the Packers are 11th against the quarterback. They're 11th in pass yards allowed on average. But he put up in Week 16, 21 fantasy points against Green Bay. That was in Chicago. Their previous meeting before that was in Week 14. He only got 15.9 fantasy points. But for some reason, I'm just expecting kind of a big game from him. And then I like Jordan Love's matchup. In those games, in Week 14, he had 20.3 fantasy points. And Week 16, that was the week he got a concussion. He got injured in that game. He only got 3.8. But the matchup here, if I can get to it, if I can find it, the Bears are 27th against the quarterback. They are 22nd in pass yards allowed. And he's got a fantastic matchup. So if you're a Packers fan, I don't know that I mean, obviously, I guess you could ask for a better matchup, but I don't think it gets much better because that's a pretty solid one. Although the Bears are looking good. Kind of crazy, I feel like, since I've seen them look this good. But the Steelers are 28th against the quarterback, 29th in pass yards allowed per game. So C.J. Stroud has an even better matchup. On paper, probably the best on this whole week, but he's only averaging 15.7 fantasy points a game. I want to say that I like him here, and I definitely would not blame you for playing him, especially if you need someone cheap. I don't think I'm going to play him. And I don't know. At Pittsburgh against the Mike Tomlin team, but it is Pittsburgh in the playoffs, and let's see. We got Bryce Young playing the Rams, who are 15th against the quarterback, 19th in pass yards allowed on average per game. But these teams did play during the year, and he actually did get 22.5 fantasy points. So if you need a cheap option, I don't totally love this matchup, but I don't hate the idea of playing him. I think it would not be that bad. So moving on, we got Aaron Rodgers against Houston. I don't like this at all. I know he's Aaron Rodgers, veteran quarterback and whatever. And I just said I do like Mike Tomlin. But here's the thing. The Texans are 4th against the quarterback. They're 6th in pass yards allowed per game on average. I think it's going to be tough sledding for the Steelers in this game. And I'll tell you what, at least by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you the teams I think that I like the most, if I don't forget, as far as basically the teams that I think are going to move forward. But that's it as far as quarterbacks. And I think, honestly, if I had to pick one right now, I'm probably going to play either Caleb Williams, or Jordan Love. I don't know. Those next two, I really don't mind Bryce Young after seeing what he did. And they're playing in Carolina, seeing what he did before against the Rams. But just for fun, I'm going to do Caleb Williams here. He averages more than all of those guys. And then we can move on to running backs. So, and I haven't really looked at these yet, guys. So you're seeing them with me, I think, for the first time. Maybe earlier in the week I might have looked at them, but if I did, then I'm forgetting the matchups already. So Christian McCaffrey, obviously, I think the best running back on this slate. You do have Saquon Barkley. I don't know, guys. You got a lot of talent out of these running backs, but I think I like Christian McCaffrey the most. I think his fantasy points show it. Saquon Barkley's a stud, but their team this year, they just haven't used him the same. Philadelphia is 22nd against the running back, 22nd in rush yards allowed per average in a game. I think this is a good play for him at 8,500. That seems high, and it doesn't seem that high to me at the same time. James Cook against Jacksonville. They are second against the running back, first in rush yards allowed per game. Does he get a lot of passes? He does get some targets. I don't think he gets that many. Not enough for me to want to play him at 7,400. I don't think he's the second. I don't think he should be the second highest tier for some reason. I guess he's averaged more than these other guys, but Saquon Barkley. 49ers are 23rd against the running back. They're 11th in rush yards allowed per game. I struggle to want to play him this year at all because it's been really hit or miss with him, and I don't think I want to play him here. I don't. Travis Etienne Jr. playing the Bills are 25th against the running back, 28th in rush yards allowed per game. I think he would be a solid pick. I don't see why not. He only averages 15.3 a game, but that's okay. If you wanted to know the truth, I trust Kyren Williams more. I think overall he might be a better back, but what do I know? I really don't know a whole lot about Travis Etienne. So, but I like Kyren Williams a lot. I think he's proven himself. Carolina's 24th against the running back position, 20th in rush yards allowed per game. What did he do when they played each other before, though? He got 13.2 fantasy points. So nothing major. And then you got a very cheap Josh Jacobs down here. Bears are 15th against the running back, 27th in rush yards allowed. And when they played each other before, week 16, he only got 5.8 fantasy points. Not sure if he got injured in that game. Doesn't look like he did. He had 12 rush attempts. But then you have, in week 14, he got 17.2 fantasy points. So that's not that bad either. Don't hate it. Amarian Hampton is questionable. Don't even know if he's going to play, but even if he did, New England 7th against the running back, 6th in rush yards allowed per game. I don't want to go there. Jaylen Warren, really tough matchup against the Texans. They're 9th against the running back, 4th in rush yards allowed per game. I don't like that either, and I'm kind of starting to like Kenneth Gainwell better than Warren anyways. Travion Henderson, also in a tough spot. Chargers are 4th against the running back, 8th in rush yards allowed per game. I don't like it. Really don't like these cheap options much. DeAndre Swift, man, he's hit or miss. Green Bay 16th against the running back, 18th in rush yards allowed. Week 14, he had 11.2. In week 16, he only had 9. So I really don't necessarily like him in this spot. After that one huge game from Woody Marks, I really would like to like him here, but I don't like his matchup anyways. Steelers are 8th against the running back, 13th in rush yards allowed. And this is an extremely cheap Rico Dowdle. The Rams are 12th against the running back, 12th in rush yards allowed. And what did he do? He got 9.9 fantasy points when they played in week 13. I don't think that's awful. So he hasn't ended the season as well as he started, but I still think he's a very good running back. You got Blake Corum, I guess, as a cheap option who could do something. Maybe even an Emmanuel Wilson, but I don't think I'd be playing these guys in the playoffs. Even a Tutton down here doesn't look that bad. I'm just talking if you need cheap options, or maybe for like showdown slate cheap options. But as far as running backs go, I think I'm going to play Christian McCaffrey. And I think I'm probably going to play Kyren Williams, maybe a DeAndre Swift or Rico Dowdle, just because they're so cheap. Oh, I did forget about Monungai. I don't want to forget about Monungai. I think he's been a proven player this year. He got 12.3 against Green Bay in week 16. And week 14, he got 8.7. But I think personally, I think he's the strongest out of these second string running backs, or third down backs, whatever. I don't know how they use him completely, but I think that he gets plenty of workload. So, anyways, I like him. And I like Kyron Williams. I think I'm going to throw him in there because of the matchup. But I don't know. He didn't get a whole lot in week 13. Might change that up, but we'll have to see. Just talking wide receivers. I'm still struggling to believe that the Carolina made it in here somehow, but they did. They're playing great football now, but they started out kind of rough. Puka Nacua against the Rams before got 13.2 fantasy points. The Panthers are 11th against the wide receiver, 15th in pass yards allowed per game, which I think I've already covered that, so I'll just tell you what they are against each position. Nico Collins, Pittsburgh's 28th against the wide receiver. I think that's a solid. I think that's a solid play. I think Nico Collins is going to be in there for me. I can't see not playing Puka Nacua, but I don't like what he got against them the last time they played. But this is playoff, so. A.J. Brown, I think, is a solid wide receiver. 49ers are 20th against that position. 25th in pass yards allowed per game. I don't know. Against these 49ers, I don't think he's my top pick or even one of them. Oh, man. Devontae Adams. I could see him having a huge game in the playoffs. But Panthers are 11th against the wide receiver. We already said that. When they played before, Devontae Adams had 21.8 fantasy points. So I like him here. I like Nico Collins, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Don't think I like Diggs here against the Chargers, who are 9th against the wide receiver. Tetairoa McMillan, I think, is a great matchup. Rams are 24th against the wide receiver. When they played before, he only got 11.3. But I do like him quite a bit. Devontae Smith, same thing as Brown. I like him, but I don't love playing him against the 49ers for some reason, despite what the matchup says. Rome Odunze against the Packers. They're 17th against the wide receiver. He got, if I can find it here, 0 points in the one game. I think he was probably injured in that one. He saw 3 targets. I'm trying to remember if he was injured or not. Not totally sure, but yeah. What was I even looking at, guys? Here, I'm looking at him against Cincinnati for some reason. What am I looking at there? Ignore what I just said. My apologies. I'm not sure why I was looking at that game. It's not showing him playing in the games against Green Bay because of his injuries. So I have no idea why I was looking at the Cincinnati game in Week 9. But just act like that didn't happen, okay? And this is exactly why I feel like doing live videos could be interesting. But I'm going to leave this up there anyways because I don't want to edit it out. And you guys can see the raw footage of that. I really don't do a whole lot of editing anyways, but sometimes if I do something too embarrassing, then I like to take it out. But Lad McConkey, I don't like the matchup. New England's 13th against the wide receiver. I don't like it. Jawan Jennings, nope, don't like it. The Eagles are 8th against the wide receiver. Don't like Myers. Jacoby Myers, don't like his matchup at all. I think he's a great player. I don't like his matchup. Don't think I want to play him. Metcalf, don't like the matchup. Just so you know, Buffalo's 5th against the wide receiver, and Houston's 3rd against the wide receiver. I have no desire to play those guys. But we got to play somebody. So if we come down here, man, Parker Washington has been tearing it up. I wouldn't blame you for playing him, but I hate the matchup. I hate the matchup. Shakir I don't. It's hard for me to trust any of the receivers for the Bills because they spread the ball around so much. Jacksonville's 19th against the wide receiver, but I do like Christian Watson's matchup here. And against Chicago in Week 14, he had 24.9. In Week 16, though, he only had 3.7 on 6 targets, 2 receptions. I would expect him to have a better game here. I do like Luther Bird in the third. Did we like it? I don't love his matchup. I just think he's been playing great football. He got 11 points in Week 14. He got no points in Week 16 because he didn't play in that game. So Romeo Dobbs, let's see, against Chicago, 14 he got 0, 16 he got 19.4. I like both the Packers receivers. And honestly, I might end up playing Jordan Love because I do like him. I just kind of think the Bears are going to take that game without Micah Parsons. As a cheap option, I do like Higgins. The Steelers are 28th, as we said, against the wide receiver. I like him. Jaden Reed, I think, could do okay. I don't think he's going to get a ton of work because they already have the other guys. I think that's all I really care to look at as far as receivers go. I don't think I'm going to go too far down in there. I like Puka Nacua. I like Nico Collins. I can't really see not playing those two guys in the playoffs. And then I like McMillan, but I also like Adams. And I like Watson. So that's going to be tough. I really do like Devontae Adams and McMillan here. I think if I had to fade on one, it'd probably be McMillan because of what he did in Week 13. I like Adams, but honestly, I think for salary, I'm going to put Watson in there. And I might play Adams at a flex. But let's check out the tight ends and try to get this video ended for you. I didn't want it to be super long. It's already kind of dragging out, I feel like. But George Kittle, very tough matchup against the Philadelphia. They're second against the tight end, but I don't know. They've relied on him a lot. He is questionable, so make sure he's going to play if you're going to play him. I don't love the matchup, but I think he could get some points still just because they've relied on him a lot. Hunter Henry, don't like that matchup. Chargers are 5th against the tight end. Don't like Loveland's matchup. Green Bay's 9th against tight end, but what did he do before? Week 16, 6 points. Week 14, 12.9. Don't love that. I do like Dallas Goedert's matchup against the 49ers. They're 24th against the tight end. However, I think the 49ers are going to win this game, and I don't know that I expect Goddard to get that much points. Dalton Schultz, I do think, is going to be either the highest or one of the highest scoring tight ends based off this matchup. They're 30th against the tight end, the Steelers. He's averaging 10.5 a game, and I just think he could be one of the highest scorers this week. We got Brenton Strange. I think he's been playing great football, but the Bills are first against the tight end. That's a tough matchup for him, so I don't love it. Kincaid, Jacksonville's 23rd against the tight end. I like Kincaid. He's just so hit or miss. He could have a huge game or he could have a really bad game. And I'm kind of leaning on the not as good game against Jacksonville at Jacksonville. So I'm still sticking with Schultz right now as the one that I like the most. Carolina's 16th against the tight end, so Parker, not in such a great spot, not in a terrible spot, but he only got 6.7 in Week 13. All of the tight ends for the Steelers have a matchup where the Texans are 13th against the tight end. I love the Texans defense this year, so I don't really trust any of those guys. I really had high hopes for Gadsden at the beginning of this season when he first had that huge game. I really thought, put this guy on your radar. New England's 21st against tight ends. He averages 9 a game. I think in the playoffs, this could be a scenario. If they really need to rely on somebody, it could come down to this guy right here. I think he could be a make it or break it for them, I think. I don't know why I'm saying that necessarily, except if their receivers are struggling for whatever reason, and they are playing New England, a tough defense, I think they could rely on Gadsden. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to, continue on looking at these other tight ends, but I'll tell you right now, my favorite is probably Schultz and then maybe Gadsden, despite these other two good matchups. So I'm going to pick a defense, and then we'll figure out what that leaves us salary-wise. I might have to play somebody else salary-wise, guys, because I'm already above my salary limit, it looks like. You got New England at the Chargers, who are 25th against the defense. That's a solid matchup right there. You got the Texans at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 13th against the defense. You got the Rams at Jaguars. Or I'm sorry, the Rams at Carolina. I don't know why I said Jaguars. Rams at Carolina, who's 22nd against the defense. They average 8.1. You got the Bills playing Jacksonville, who's 11th against the defense. Eagles playing San Francisco, is 14th against the defense. Chicago is first against the defense for Green Bay. Don't like that at all. Jaguars playing Buffalo, who is 4th against the defense. Steelers playing Houston, who's 9th against the defense. I'm going to stop reading all these. You guys can see them on your screen. But I'll just tell you right now, the one that I like the most, if I'm being real, as you would think it would be the New England Patriots. It's actually not. I think I still like the Texans the most. Well, I guess you could see that coming because they average the most, but they have the best defense this year. So, as you can see, that only leaves me with 1,400 remaining. So that means I'm gonna have to do away with one player, and I think it's gonna be Kyren Williams. I'm gonna have to go cheaper on Kyren and go very cheap here. And I told you that I like Rico Dowdle. Don't know that I love him in this game, but you know what? I think I might play him and see what that leaves me with salary-wise. But I might even go Manungai. And that still doesn't leave me with enough salary. Wow. Wow, guys. So here's the option I have. I really don't want to do away with any of these other players. Maybe a Schultz. I might go cheaper than Schultz. How much was Gadsden? Gadsden was 3,400. So if I went with the Gadsden, sad I don't even care to look at the Carolina tight ends. But if I go with the Gadsden and Dowdle, that still only leaves me with 2,900. That is bonkers. I guess because I'm playing Christian McCaffrey and Puka Nacua. Do I fade Puka Nacua, guys? He had 9 targets in week 13. He only had 13.2 fantasy points that week, but he had 9 targets. Oh my gosh. I don't want to fade Puka Nacua. Let's just say I did. Let's just say I faded him. And put Schultz back in. Then who would I play at receiver? I had some cheaper options down here, correct? I believe we did. Romeo Doubs was one of them. Higgins was another one. I'm going to put Romeo Doubs there. And we better hope that Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson can make up for a Puka Nacua. And that would leave us enough for Devontae Adams. So as much as I hate not playing Puka Nacua, that did just give me 3 receivers that I really like: Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Devontae Adams. And with that, folks, I'm going to end this video. I appreciate you sticking with me and watching this, if you watched all of it, and I hope this helps you, gives you a thought process for your lineup making, or at least gives you ideas of who I like and don't, and something to bounce off of. But anyways, I wish you the best for your lineups. I hope this helps. Salary cap looks like it's going to be a thing this week. You're going to have to keep an eye on your salary. I just can't imagine not playing Puka. Let me know which running back you guys like too over Rico Dowdle, because I'm not sure he's the guy that I want to play. And if you like Schultz. I don't know if I like Schultz as much. I think I do, but I don't know if I'm totally loving playing Rico Dowdle here. But hey guys, let me know. I wish you the best, and yeah, I'll talk to you later.